Hello, my YouTube family. God bless y'all today. I hope you're blessed and being a blessing to somebody else. I was gonna come on with a word from the Lord, but I have already gave a rhema word for today, and I said that I just might as well just have real talk with Sister Cece here. I haven't came on live yet, but I will be coming on live soon, so y'all can get to know me and maybe have a question and answer day, or something. Wherever the Lord lead me to do, I'll do that and be obedient to Him. But today, this month is very hard for me and my family and for everyone that knew my son, Maurice. It's his anniversary coming up. For you that don't know, I lost my son in 2006, one of my beloved sons. He was walking down the street and someone happened to play God, wanted to be a God, shot my son in the back. My son was a cross-dresser and Maurice was killed instantly. It was 2 in the morning, and 12 at midnight when he walked on 35th and Indian School, and the police came to my house at 4 in the morning, and I thought it was a joke, but it wasn't. My 22-year-old son had been killed. I'm telling you, the pain has not went away. For people that have lost a loved one, especially a child, you know how it is and you know what I'm going through, especially when the anniversaries comes around, the holidays come around, a song come on, a picture they used to love come on. The pain just don't go away. But thank God for Jesus, because I'm telling you, I don't know what I would have did without him back then when I got that dreaded knock at the door. Now, I have been through some hard things in my life, very traumatic things that I've been through. But losing my son was the worst pain that I think any mother or father can experience, because you never get that chance again. But we do know the Bible says that absent from the body is present with the Lord. And I got to keep telling myself that I know he's in good hands in heaven. And I got to keep telling myself that one day I'll get to see him again. And I know that in spirit, he's with me. I believe that. Because you remember how that thief on the cross, there was one man, two men on each side of Christ. And the one was talking about, I don't know what he was talking about. Wasn't that important, I guess. But the other one was saying that, would you forgive me for what he had done? Because he believed that he was the Christ. And he said, today you will be with me in paradise. He didn't say wait until, the sound of a trumpet. He didn't say wait till years later. He said today that you will be with me in paradise. And so God was saying that he accepted him into the kingdom at that time. As soon as he took his breath, the spirit went up to be back with the Lord. And I believe that with all my heart, that the body is here and the spirit remains with the Lord, goes to the Lord. And so I believe that my son is in heaven. I believe that he's, with the Father. He's with the Son. He's with all the host of relatives and angels and all the good stuff that heaven is described as. But sometimes I just miss him here. And it hurts. And so I'm just asking y'all to keep me in prayer as his mother, his brothers, his sisters, his nieces and nephews that didn't get to know him, his close friends, that knew him, and all the people that work with him, because he was an actor. He was in a Valley Youth Theater out here. He was at the Herberger doing a program out there. He was at NAU. He taught dance. My son was just, a very loved young man. And but we don't know what all our children's get into. Sometimes we say we know our children, but we don't, because they don't tell us everything. But regardless of what he was going through, whether it's dealing with meth at one time, and then he was going through with, his sexual identity, being a cross-dresser, a lot of people are homophilics, and they don't accept people for who they are. They won't accept them for dressing like a woman. They won't accept them for looking like a man. I know people can be cruel today, but you know what? God's supposed to be the judge of that, not us. And for somebody just take his life because they didn't like him dressing as a woman or whatever the situation was, because detectives don't know and the criminals are still out there. But it didn't matter that he shouldn't have to be killed like a dog and left there on the street to die. And I wanted to get there to him. And I said, God, I wish I could have been there, because I seen him. I pushed him out. I went through 9 months of carrying him. I went through the pain of pushing him out. And I seen him come into this world, that beautiful bundle of joy. And I wanted to be there for him to check his last breath. But I didn't get that opportunity. And I thank God sometimes that I didn't, because I didn't have a ride. I mean, it was right down the street. But when you just got news that your son had passed away, you know, y'all got to excuse me. I'm trying to fix my clothes. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, show my skin or nothing. And, but when you got that news that your son had passed away, you ain't thinking about anything else but trying to get to them. But for some reason, God didn't want me to get there, because I kept calling people to come give me a ride, and it's 4 a.m, people sleep still, probably got to get up for work, and I couldn't get there, y'all. But just imagine if I would have got there and you seen your child laying there on the ground bleeding, and they have tape around them that you can't even get across. I mean, every time I think of it now, I think I would have been in the crazy house, because the police would not let you up there, and I think I would have been gone, y'all, completely gone, even dead on the scene, because sometimes the heart can only take so much. And then seeing your child, and you just wanting to hold them, you're going to wake up and you're going to get up, but they can't get up because they're gone, they're gone. And I just hope one day this young man get justice, because they don't know who did it. They don't know who did it yet. They're still on the case. It's not a cold case to us, even though it happened in 2006, March 21st, 2006. He might be gone, but he's never forgotten. And we won't forget. And the detectives are still working the case. And it's still out there. And it's still on YouTube, on the internet. People can look Maurice Green up and find it and read about the case. It's still in the public's view. And so I won't give up the fight to find justice for my son, because I don't believe nobody deserves to die like that. I mean, God should be the giver and taker of life, but you know how the devil is, using people to take life like they some kind of God. Like you have a right. And people don't understand, when you pull that trigger, when you decide to take somebody's life, do you know you affect the whole generation? Do you know you affect your own self? Well, if they find out you are gone for years, for life, you don't ever see the sun probably again, shine and live a life of freedom. You'll be gone. Even God would take revenge on you. You don't know what can happen when you kill an innocent person and didn't do you no wrong, did you no harm. And if they did do you harm, what could they have done for you to kill them, for you to take their life? So people really have to think before they react. If you got an anger problem, go get some help. If you on drugs, go get some help. If you're trying to sell drugs, go get some help. Find a job. Find something that you do. Get an education. Go back to school. Get some kind of job until you make it up to work up the ladder. Don't find ways to commit crime and become a criminal and hurt other people. Because you're not just hurting that person, but you're hurting a whole generation. You hurting dreams. You're taking away somebody's they values. You're taking away somebody's precious child. Somebody loved it, that child. Somebody loved it, that was somebody's uncle. That was somebody's brother. That was somebody's son. That was somebody's mother. That was somebody's best friend that you took away. And you just don't care. You don't see the repercussions of what you did. But God does. And I'm telling you, he said, vengeance is mine. He will repay. No matter where that person's at. I mean, I have forgiven a person. God knows I have forgiven him or them. But I want them behind bars. I want them locked up. Hopefully they won't hurt nobody else again. And hopefully they haven't. Because sometimes a criminal does it one time, they do it again. Because they seem to not have a heart. They think they can get away with it. They just drive by and shoot and don't care who they killing or who they hurting. They just want that person. They can't find a way to talk it out no more. You used to can go outside where you go out and you go in a fight and it's over with. The winner won, the loser lost, and that's it. Now you can't do that these days. People got to pull out a gun. They got to shoot you down like a dog and leave you laying there on the street and take off like they think they got away. hmm It's just a matter of time. A matter of time. That's it. Whatever you did, all these cold cases, it's just God ain't. Remember, God don't sleep or he slumber. He don't sleep. He sees everything. He knows everything. There's nothing you can do that you can't hide anything from God. He knows it. And it says that what's done in the dark will come to the light. I don't know if I'll live to see it, to see justice for my son, but I'm hoping that some of y'all that's out here and you got cold cases, that you get justice. And I get justice one day. Even if I don't see it, my sons will see it. My daughters will see it. Their nieces and nephews, his nieces and nephews will see that he got justice on earth too. And these people will be repaid for what they did. Because there's so many cold cases out there. And a lot of us, not us, but some people, they see things and they're afraid to tell. They're afraid to come forward. That was witnesses there. The best they came forward. Some of them remained anonymous. But, who's going to go and tell on their brother, their sister? Who's going to tell on their uncle? Oh, I'm not going to tell. I'm going to keep it to myself for years, knowing that this family is hurting and broken. Knowing that you didn't hurt somebody. And knowing that they didn't hurt somebody. And you couldn't pick up the phone and turn them in. I told my sons, and y'all believe it or not, I told them, I said, hey, if you do something, I will, if I know it, I will call the police. I'm not going to be involved. I'm not going to abate a fugitive. I'm not going to do it. So it's just sad. I'm going through, I miss my son so much, y'all. It's hard. It's hard losing a child. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I'm telling you, it's so hard. This has changed my whole life. It's for the better now, but before that, y'all, I gained over 100 pounds. I was depressed. I was on psych meds. I was going to the mental places. It just turned my whole life around. I was dealing with deep depression. A relationship broke up. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I just stayed home, sleeping and eating and sleeping. And I got high blood pressure, diabetes. I gained, like I said, all this weight. I was dealing with deep depression here. And I needed help. I went and got help, though. But the pain just don't go away. We just learn to deal with it and live with it. Thank God for parents of murdered children. So if you lost a child or somebody, Parents of Murdered Children is a good organization you can go to. They just have support. You can have someone you can talk to. If you know somebody, just talk to them. I know you can talk to God, but just to encourage one another and let them know that, you know what I'm saying, that justice will one day be done and served. Because it's just so hard losing any loved one. It's hard. But when you lose your child, I'm telling you, whew, that's hard. So y'all just please keep me and my family in prayer. I'm just venting right now. I want to get on here and vent. I'm not on live, I know, but it's so hard. Because I think about him and I wonder, what he would have been doing today, what he would have been like, not having a chance to have children and finish college, not having a chance to drive a car like he wanted to. It's like, Mom, he wanted to make it. He loved singing. He loved it performing, y'all. He loved the Whitney Houston. He loved Luther Vandross. He loves, he loved classical. He loved Broadway. He just was an all entertainer. He loved everything. And so, just to not hear his voice, just not to hear him on Mother's Day putting on plays for me and singing to me and leaving little love notes under my door. Mom, I miss you. I love you. Missing even the arguments. Sometimes we disagree over different things. Not a lot, but sometimes we get into it. Y'all know the parents. Let's not think everything is, hunky-dory in our homes here, because we do sometimes disagree with our adult children, but they're adults. So, but I'm just saying, I'm just missing, just to have him here to hold him, just to hear his voice, just to talk to him. Just, death is gone. It's hard. It is so hard because we won't see him until we go to heaven. That person in prison is there, eating 3 meals a day, getting visit from their friends and their family. They get letters. Yeah, I can write letters to heaven. I can write him. I can sing to him. I can talk to him. I know he can't answer back. That's the difference. You'll get to see your child in prison. You'll get to talk to him on the telephone. You'll get to go visit and see his face and his expressions and hear how he's doing. He's still living. Where do we go to? A gravesite. We go to a gravesite and we talk to him. We go to a gravesite and we sit and we cry. We go to a gravesite and we reminisce. We go to a gravesite and then we go home alone. Please think. Think before you pull that trigger. Please think before you try to commit suicide. Please think before you kill that woman or that man. Please think before you hurt that child. Please think of the pain you're causing for those left behind. Think about it. That's all I'm saying. Just think. God bless you all, and please keep me and my family in prayer, as I said before. And I pray for you too that have lost somebody, especially a child. I pray for you today too. God bless you. Please subscribe, like, and share on his page. And it's going to be a hard month for me in March. He was killed March the 21st, but March is hard. So I told God, let me think of positive things about Maurice. Let me think of the good things and let me share those. And hopefully, this post have helped somebody. Hopefully it helped some criminal that's going to do something. Hopefully it changed somebody's mind. I just hope that it helped somebody today. God bless you, and thank you again for listening to me and subscribing to me. If you don't subscribe, well, why not? Please subscribe to my channel and come back and listen to more words from the Lord and encouragement, and we can encourage one another. God bless you.